Good morning. It's November the 9th, 2015. Time to kick off another trading week. We come into today's market with little hard news over the weekend. Chinese imports fell for the fourth straight month. Their markets rallied, Japan's and China's, off of that news because the economy is getting so bad in China that they're going to have to devalue the yuan again and increase government support for their economies and markets and lower interest rates. So a hat trick, so to speak, for Chinese stock market players. I'd hate to see what happens to them when they decide to get out of the length. You're allowed to buy in China, but you're not allowed to sell in significant size. So that's where we find ourselves today. You freeze a retail account. I bought this stock. I can't get out of it because I'll lose money. So those people that bought the top are probably still holding unless they're forced out by margin calls. So it's just kind of the way the markets work. The definitely a B coming in. You can see there's just very little volume till we get to right here, 2608. So this 4 to 8 is probably pretty stout resistance. The low volume number that's within reach is at 21.5. We're definitely dealing with B's. We can see that volume has moved lower from yesterday, so this market is pointed lower. We're at 31.5 right now. Top of value is 1.5. You've got the London high at 2.5. So the first sell is going to be 26 even to 04. Sell 1. Then 7 to 11. And for this market to break out and rally, I think we're going to have to get some help from the stock market. I think we are pointed lower, but again, probably don't break with extra support from the knob spread. So 21 to 25 is buy 1, 13 to 17 is buy 2. The only news we have this morning is labor market conditions index, which no one will pay any attention to, and it's improved from last month because of the growth in jobs on the last non-farm payroll report. So pretty quiet day, not a lot of news to drive the trading. I think it just boils down to what's the E-mini going to do, and it happens to be selling right now. So we've come in last week on a couple of days where treasuries and the E-mini have been both up and down simultaneously, so that could happen today. Goldman came out and said that the economy might overheat in 2016 if things keep going this way. I guess they see job growth and just breaking out all over, which, you know, is not in the statistics yet, but they're in the business of forecasting, so we'll have to see. But it looks like, remember last month, just before the FOMC announcement, maybe a couple of days before the meeting, Goldman came out and said you can't raise interest rates right now, along with China and Japan and the EU. And lo and behold, they did not raise interest rates. So what's Goldman doing now? You never really know, but it's almost always for their benefit and nobody else's. Aptly named the vampire squid. They get their grips on you and they suck everything out of your organization and they move on to the next one. And they're big enough where they do it to governments too. Ask Greece, Cyprus, and some of the others. This market's been hit pretty hard. Not as and so we might get a little recovery out of this. Getting stops below. Now we have volume right here that's equal. And you can see up here that the volume really starts to trail off when we get above 53.04, and we've got a pretty nice dent here in the 20 area, which we did not challenge with the overnight session. So we've got a London high at 11. We've got this double print at 14. We're currently at 04. Top of value is 10. So selling failure to take out 8 to 12 might be a little aggressive. Might want to do it a little bit higher, like lean against that high, but that's the first short. Then we have this two-letter ledge up at 27, so the next one will be 19 to 23 for sell 2. On the buy side, maybe a little bit lower. Stops beneath this, 21.25. And then 9 to 13 if the selling really takes off for buy 2. Gold came up a little bit over the weekends. Memory serves me correctly. And we have structurally right here a spill from 1102. So 1100 would be a pretty good short. First short up will be this 95.97, then 1102. 85, 88 is pretty good buy. Then 80.82. After Friday's whack off the non-farm payroll numbers, markets are most likely to do a little bit of consolidation today, not do a lot. Several of the articles out on why the Chinese stock markets were so strong were coming devaluation in the yuan. If that is the case, it rallies the euro. And that talk alone can do it. So Friday's lows held. We've come back up structurally. Right there's your sell in the there's 68 to a low of 40, so the 40, say 50 plus or minus would be a pretty good sell. Then it jumps up to the buck. So right here we are with 108 staring us in the face. So, and looks like we're going to try to trade a little bit higher, volume over time. So 108 plus or minus sell 1. Have this 2-letter ledge right here at 11. So maybe it's 8 to 12, 108.10, 108 even. And then we've got this low over here at 38, so we'll make it 30 to 40 for sell 2, picking up the spot right there. On the buy side, we last rotate up was 755, so 107, 107.55 buy 1, and 107 and a quarter buy 2. And again, look for some consolidation today. Go up and probe and see where resistance is. That's normally the case. Okay, a couple articles out. The bottom in crude oil is in. I hope so. I mean, you know what we're doing to our oil industry. I mean, it's almost like our various agencies and bureaucracies and the political power structure wants to favor Middle Eastern oil production and keep us at the mercy of Putin, Russia, Iran, the Middle East, etc. The biggest blow that you could strike against terrorism around the world's globe is for the United States not to import it. Even if that meant us having to pay to subsidize our oil industry, I mean, it would just think about what the savings militarily that would come and the tension and the bases that you could do. It would clean up a big mess, but don't see that happening. Don't want to say the fix is in, but I mean, what the administration policies is the antithesis of what it would take to create and grow a robust oil industry. That's where we find ourselves today. So crude oil, this 45 area, some people think that low might be in. We did get stops below 45 on the opening of Globex when it started out, and we rejected prices basically below 44 and a quarter. Right now we should get up. We got a pretty good chance of retesting the 45 and a quarter area, so we'll make 45 and a quarter, 45.50, sell 1, and 75 to 46, sell 2. And on the buy side, 44, 44 and a quarter, buy 1. And then 43.50, 43.75, buy 2. And what's the E-mini going to do today? Well, it's pointed lower as we come in, and something usually has to give between the stock market and the bond market. If the E-mini continues to sell, my guess is we'll probably get some support. Find some buyers, short-term traders, treasuries will trade up and this will trade down. Right now, you know, it really does have the look of a trading range in it. You got a buyer below 80. When we come over here, you've got this volume back here in the 80 area that's supporting the market. We've rejected prices below 80. Rejected prices above 20.97, right into 2100. So got resistance at 95 to 2100, and we've got support, pretty good support at 75 to 80. So will we have enough to break through and take it beneath the 75 level? We've got volume down here in the 80 area. We've got volume at 94 right there. That's kind of a composite of all these put together. And structurally a sell 94, 96 would make sense then. Then our 99, 2101, sell 2. On the buy side, the first buy that's going to pop up is 85. We've got a double distribution lower, so I'm going to give it a little room. 80, 82, buy 1. Lean against this. And then our 75 plus or minus, say 70 to 75, let them get stops below 75 for buy 2. Labor market conditions index plus 0.6. I don't think anybody pays any attention to that. If they did, it would be because it's the only piece of news, but I don't even know how you'd factor that into your trading. I mean, that good, bad? Perhaps the economy is growing. The labor market's really strong, even though we have the lowest participation rate in our labor markets we've had in like 40 years. That's it. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.